Hi everyone, this is Shelley from Koala Knits and Knacks, and today we're going to do a crochet V-stitch border around our knitted project. This is just a swatch, but I do this on my baby blankets. If I'm doing if I want a double color border, then I'll do 4 rows of what I'm going to show you now. If I want a single color border, I just do 3 rows. Okay, so we're going to just get right into it. We're going to grab our crochet hook. My our hook of choice is a 5.5 millimeter, but a 5 will work, a 6 will work, a 6.5 would even work, but I wouldn't go out of that range, somewhere in there, okay? Then you're going to take your yarn end, you're going to wrap it around your finger, okay? Then I cross it over, then I take that loop off my finger, I put my hook under it, then I grab that yarn end and I draw it through that loop, and that's how I get onto my hook, just like that, okay? Now we're gonna do a single crochet border all the way around. We have to do 1 row of single crochet to start. And if you look at your project, your eyes will automatically go to either a pointed V that goes for your rows. The wide part of your V is at the bottom and the point is at the top, like that one. Or they'll go to the one where the V is at the bottom, and it's like that. This is the one that I want to choose, the second option here, okay? Where the wider part is at the top. We're going to do a single crochet into every one of those across the top here, okay? So there's the wide opening, there's the narrow opening. We're gonna miss that, we're gonna go to this next wide one. There's the narrow one, we're gonna miss that, we're gonna go into the wide opening. So every wide top of the V across the top is what we're gonna choose. That will keep our stitches uniform. We'll have an equal amount of numbers on the top and on the bottom, and we don't have to guess where to put our stitches, okay? Or how far apart to put them. We're just gonna automatically choose that. So I'm gonna just pick a section here. I'm gonna pick one, I'm gonna go into it with my hook through both layers. I'm going to yarn over, bring that yarn through both layers and then through the loop that was on my hook. I'm going to chain 1, okay? That's how I start. Now in that very same space, I'm gonna do a single crochet. So you're gonna go in, you're going to yarn over, pull it through. You've got 2 loops on the hook. You're going to yarn over and pull it through both loops on that hook. That's a single crochet. Then we're gonna take our stitch marker and we're gonna put it in that first single crochet so we know where we're gonna go to end off, okay? So then we're going to do that same stitch in the very next V-stitch that has the wide part at the top. And we're gonna go across, single crochet, okay? Wide stitch. You find it, you single crochet, okay? Wide stitch at the top, single crochet. We're gonna do that right across till we get to the corner, okay? So again, you go into the stitch, you yarn over, you pull up, you yarn over the working yarn that's at the back of the work, then you pull it through both layers. You've got 2 loops on your hook, you yarn over and you go through both of those loops. That's called a single crochet, okay? We're gonna go into that next V where the wide part is at the top, and we're gonna do the same thing all the way across, okay? I'll see you when I get to the corner. That's what it's gonna look like. Okay, so you've made it across. We've got 1 little space left here that we could choose. We could use, there's 1 more stitch where there's a wide opening there. I'm gonna go into there. I'm gonna yarn over, I'm gonna do my single crochet. Then I'm going to go to my corner. You're going to have to maneuver a little space there, okay? So you're gonna take your hook, you're going to, and if you have to go down lower into this next stitch here, you can do that too, but I like to get it as much into the corner there as I can. And you're gonna do the same thing. You're going to single crochet, then you're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and you're gonna single crochet in that same exact space that you did your first single crochet, and that's your corner, okay? Then we're at this place where we've got our side stitches going down like this, all right? So we're going to go every second stitch. So now that I came out of this one, I'm gonna miss this one, and I'm gonna go under both bars of that, and I'm going to do a single crochet. I'm going to miss this one, and I'm gonna do a single crochet on the next one. Okay, miss this next one, single crochet into the next one. So every second stitch going down the side until you get to the corner again, okay? I'm just gonna stay with you because this takes no time at all. I just, this is how you would start. If you want to crochet a border that's different from the V-stitch border, any kind of other pattern that you find that you like, a shell pattern or just a double crochet pattern, whatever it is that you want to choose, this is how you always will put your first row of single crochet. And then you begin your pattern that you choose on this first row of single crochet. Never go directly onto your pattern project or onto the stitches that are knitted there without doing a row of single crochet. I mean, you can do it and your pattern will work, but it won't look nearly as neat. So now that we're coming up to the end here, I've got one stitch there, and then I've got another one here before the corner. I'm gonna just miss this one. I'm not gonna go into this stitch. I'm gonna just do my corner again, okay? So again, the corners are single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. So again, just to explain what I meant by that. When you go into what looks like your second last stitch, you wanna then miss that next stitch and then go into the next stitch. But if there's only 2 stitches there, then that next stitch comes too close to the corner. So then instead of having doing your single crochet there and then missing 1 stitch and going into the next one, miss 2 stitches and go straight into your corner. It'll look better, okay, than to have it too bunched up in your corner. So now we're going to come around from our corner that we just completed, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to find our stitch that's got the wide part of the V at the top, and we're going to do a single crochet. Then we're going to go to the next one and do the same thing, and the next one. And we're going to go all the way across, do the same thing in the corner, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, then go down the side, missing every second stitch, okay? I'll see you when I get to the corner. Okay, I'm at the next corner, and typically I can see that there's a little V right there, or another V I could go into, but it's too close to the corner. So again, I'm going to just stretch it over. I'm going to poke my hook in where I think my corner is going to be, where I want it to be. I'm going to do a single crochet. I'm going to do a chain 2. Oops, lost it on my hook there. And then I'm going to do another single crochet in that exact same space to form my corner. And then I'm going to go down again. So now we'll see that this is our first stitch that's right close to that's not worked. I'm going to go down to this next one. And then I'm going to go every second stitch down the side there. Okay, so I'm going to miss this one and I'm going to go into this one. So every second stitch down the side till you get to your last corner. Okay, I'll see you when I get there. Okay, I'm there, and I have 2 stitches left again. So I'm going to just make this stitch a little bit looser. This one that's on my hook right here. I'm going to just ever so slightly looser, and then I'm going to go straight across into my corner. I'm going to do a single crochet, chain 2, and a single crochet. If you choose to do if you want to miss that next one and go into that second stitch and then do your border, you can do that. I just I don't like it to be too bunched up on my corners. I don't think it looks as neat. So that's why I chose to do it that way. Sometimes it works out so it goes right into that next, just like when you're going across, it goes into that next stitch. And then you're perfectly lined up. But in this case, it hasn't done that. So that's probably good because now I can show you what I do. Okay, so now I'm going to go into this wide stitch here. Come around my corner. Get to the end. Got one more there. And I finished going all around my project. Now where my stitch marker is, that's my first single crochet. I'm going to go into that stitch, take out that marker. I'm going to slip stitch to join. So through that and then through the stitch on your hook. Now we're going to start our V stitch. Now a V stitch is a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, all in the same stitch. Okay, so write that down on your paper. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the same stitch. But when we start out our row, we can't do a double crochet from a slip stitch join like that. So we have to do chain 2, that's our double crochet, then another chain, that's our chain 1, and then we're going to yarn over, do a double crochet into that same exact space, and we've got our V-stitch. Now what you want to do is you want to take your stitch marker and you want to count 1, 2, put your stitch marker in there because that's where we're going to join onto that stitch when we're done. Not onto the chain 1, but onto the top of our double crochet, which is our chain 2 there. Okay, now we're going to skip 2 of our single crochets, 1, 2. We're going to double crochet into the third one, yarn over, go through 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, go through another 2 loops. That's your first double crochet. Then you're going to chain 1, then you're going to double crochet back into that same space. Okay, I'll do one more for you. So there's your V-stitch right there, okay? We're going to skip the next 2 single crochets that we did on our first row. We're going to yarn over, go into that third one, do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, okay? We're going to do that all the way around till we get to the corner. Miss 2, go into the third one, chain 1, double crochet. I'm just going to keep going because this is a small swatch, so it won't take me long to get there, okay? Miss 2, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Now some of you who are watching me crochet and hold my crochet hook, you're going to say, oh, she holds it so weird. This is just how I learned and how I find it the most comfortable. When some people hold it like a pencil, like this, I don't know how you do it. I cannot, just does not work for me. Okay, so now I'm going to come to my corner. You'll see that there's 3 stitches here. This is where you have to make a call, okay? Because I've got 1, 2, 3 stitches, then I've got my corner where I'm going to put 2 V-stitches. So I'm going to choose to skip 1, and I'm going to go into this next one. Because if I skip 2 and go into this one, it's too close to my corner there. So I'm going to choose the middle one. Instead, I'm just going to go back 1 and choose the middle one, and then I'm going to do my V-stitch there. Okay? And then I'm at my corner. So where your chain 2 was, there's a little space there. You're going to double crochet, or you're going to do a V-stitch, so double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Okay, so normally you would miss the next 2 stitches and go into that next one, but we're not going to do that. We're going to now chain 1, and we're going to do a second V-stitch into that same space. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Okay, so let me just pull this hook out of here. So now you've got your V-stitches up to your corner. Then in your corner, you've got a V-stitch here. Then you did a chain 1. Then you did another V-stitch into that same space, okay? So that's how you get around the corner. You're not going to do a chain 1. You're going to just keep going how you normally did down the side there. So yarn over, skip 2, do a V-stitch into that third one. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Skip 2, go into the next one, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, okay? Now you're going to do that until you get to your next corner, and then you're going into that little chain 2 that you did in your corner there. You're going to do a V-stitch, then a chain 1, and another V-stitch. You're going to go down your side in that last third corner. You're going to do V-stitch, chain 1, V-stitch, and you're going to continue down that last side, and you're going to come to your fourth corner. You're going to do the same thing, and when you get there, I'm going to meet you back, okay? Okay, I'm not quite there yet, but I wanted to just show you that when you're at your corner, be sure that when you do your last V-stitch that you pull that aside and you see there's a little stitch there. So then it doesn't look like the third stitch is quite so far away, okay? So don't forget to count that little stitch. So that one, then the most obvious one, then you go into the next one. And also when you are doing your V-stitch, you want to make sure that your tension is proper. You don't want to have a tight tension, because if you have a tight tension, it's going to make your blanket you know, pucker and do all kinds of funny things. So you want to make sure your tension is nice and even and more loose than anything, okay? So let's keep going till we get to the next end. I just wanted to pop on and point that little hidden stitch out to you, okay? We've made it around our project. Now it's time to join and do our second row. So where you put your stitch marker, that's the top of the second chain that you did. You did three chains. One was for the chain in between the 2 double crochets, okay? The first chain 2 counts as your double crochet. Where you put that stitch marker, you're gonna take that out, keep an eye on it, because that's where you're going to now go into. So you're going to go into that stitch, you're going to yarn over, bring that yarn end through and do a slip stitch, okay? So you slip stitch to join. Now you're going to slip stitch into the center of that V stitch. So just like that, slip stitch into the center. So let me do that again. You're going to put your hook in the middle of that V stitch. You're going to yarn over, bring it through, and then bring it through that loop that's on your hook. And now you're in the right position to start over again. And what we're gonna do is chain 3 again. Chain 2 for your double crochet, chain 1 for your chain 1 that's between your double crochets, and then you're gonna double crochet into that space, okay? Just like that. Now you're gonna take your stitch marker, 1, 2, you're going to mark that second stitch because you're going to do the same thing for every row that you choose to do. Now you've set up your first V stitch. Now you're going to go yarn over. You're going to double crochet into the center of that V. Chain 1. Double crochet back into the center of that V. You're going to do that right across, right into the center of the V. Chain 1. Double crochet. So once you've got the hang of your V stitches, it's just quite quick because you don't have to think after your first row of V stitches because you go right into the center of that V, okay? So I'm gonna just take you to the corner here because we are almost there. Into that V, chain 1, double crochet. Okay, then I'm gonna go into this V, chain 1, and double crochet, but I want to point out that you make sure that you're not going into this stitch. The V where the wide end is at the top, okay, is the stitch that you're going into. The space in between where the point comes up is not your V stitch, okay? So take mention of that because if you put it in there, you're doing it wrong, okay? So now we got to our corner. And so what I mean here is that this is not a V stitch. This is just in between the 2 V stitches. So in our corner, we've got 1 V stitch, a chain 1 space, and another V stitch. You're going to always find your middle section of your corner. So if it helps you to poke your hook where your stitch ends all are, then you know that this is your corner. This, because it gets harder as you go up in rows, there's more openings there. So this is your middle one, okay? So you're going to do a V stitch in the first one, just like normal. So double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. You're gonna skip over or go to the next one, which is this middle one where you had your chain that's in between your 2 V stitches. This is the only time that you'll go into that area that's in between V stitches, okay? Is in your corners, the middle of the corner. Then you're gonna do a V stitch, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So there's your V stitch. Then you're going to do a chain 1 and you're going to do another V stitch into that same space. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Then you're going to go to the next V stitch that's in that corner and you're going to do 1 V stitch. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Okay? So every time you get to a corner, you're going to find the stitch that it's attached to below so that you see where all those stitches are, okay? And there's going to be 3. So when you're doing those 3, you put a V stitch in this first one. Then in the very corner one here, the middle one, you're going to do a V stitch, chain 1, and then another V-stitch, and then you're gonna go over to this one and you're gonna do a V-stitch, then you're gonna continue on down the row. That's how it's gonna happen for every corner, okay? For every row that you do. And then when you get to the beginning, once you get all the way around and you get to the beginning, again, you're going to join with a slip stitch to that second single crochet where your stitch marker comes out. And when you join with a slip stitch there, then you're gonna join with a slip stitch into the middle of that V-stitch, then you're gonna chain 3, and double crochet back into there, and that's your first stitch, and you're gonna just keep doing that all the way around, okay? So that's how you do your V-stitch around your project, and it looks absolutely beautiful when it's done. This would make a nice pot holder, actually, once it's done. It's the right size. This swatch was on my Addi King, and it was 33 rows, so, so if you wanna make some pot holders, that's a second idea from this tutorial. So there you go. That's how I do my my V-stitch border around my blankets. So I hope that helped, and thank you for watching. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please do so. I'd appreciate that very much. Okay guys, have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video. Just a little addition, guys. I just wanted to say that when you finish your last row, you're going to slip stitch to the second chain of your beginning chain 3. Okay, so you slip stitch to the second chain like you do when you start a next row, and then you just you cut your yarn end, you pull it through and you fasten off, and then you just take a needle and hide your ends. So that's how you finish your project. Okay guys, just wanted to add that. Have a great day.